Hi everybody, I'm Naim from Run It Back, and now I'm joined by Martin Magnum Peňkov from FNATIC Magnum. How are you doing, man?
Hello, I'm fine. Thank you. What about you?
I'm great. Excited to have a chat with you. We had another chat with Dirk before, and now we're moving on to Magnum. So, Magnum, first of all, where does your nickname come from? Does it have anything to do with the Magnum revolver or not? Because I'm dying to know, man.
No,
No.
I was 10 years old. I was playing online MMORPG,
Okay.
and I just didn't know what to use because my father was using I'm called Martin, and he was calling the cutie, the cute how do you say it? Basically, he was using like something similar to Martin, but childish, and it was taken. So I'm like, what am I supposed to get there? And I just saw in TV like Magnum advert on the ice cream. I'm like, hmm, let's let's go for Magnum. And since then, it stick to me.
So it's from the ice cream.
Yes, from the ice cream.
I didn't want to ask you whether it's from the ice cream because it sounded stupid, but like now that you say that, it's not from the revolver, it's just from the ice cream brand. Well, that
Yes,
clears it up for everybody. You heard it here first, so all right. Well, good to know. Good to know. I'm sure a lot of people will be really excited to know that news, but okay. Thanks for clearing that up for us. Martin, moving on to more serious topics. So, first of all, I'd like to talk to you, or rather, ask you to share some thoughts about Anders joining Fnatic in August. He joined Fnatic as the strategic coach, and I'm actually dying to know what kind of impact had the addition of Anders as a strategic coach on the Fnatic players, such as yourself. Has anything drastically changed, or were there just minor changes within, I don't know, your game plan or whatever?
So basically, I think everybody knows it already. He never played the game. He's working with statistics and he's making strats of it. And he basically brought such a different page how to like how to take the attitude to the game. And I'd say his impact is insane. We've changed since Iceland a lot as a team, and people will be asking, yeah, but you are losing everything since he joined. But surely, like when you make a change, huge as we did, you're gonna be losing because you are not used to it. But I'd say we are at we are missing like 5% to be complete to complete the playbook and like everything around it. So I'd say we are pretty prepared for the champions, and yeah, his impact has been huge on us.
All right. Well, then I suppose we're going to be seeing some kind of a renewed fanatic at Champions. Then, would you say?
Yeah, I'd say that people can be excited.
Oh, spicy news. All right. So, by you saying that, the fanatics that we saw at Reykjavik will be completely different from what we see at Champions.
Yes, I'd say in Reykjavik, firstly we were a team for a month, and basically really we were really based on who's gonna frag out that round, who's gonna have we were really keen on both strand, we were keen on individual plays, and since then we've changed our approach to the game, and basically since Andres is working with statistics, it makes logic to make out some protocols and basic play on protocols which are like the most consistent. Like we are not keen on IGL that much, mainly on defense side. You know what to do as a reactions on some if this happens, I'll do that, and the second guy knows that. And for example, we were in finals without that against Sentinels, and we were a few rounds off, and I was like, oh yeah, I mean we've lost because they were better. But when I watched the VOD, it was just basically LAN is like about who makes more mistakes. Like every player, every team is really close to each other, and it's just about like having those protocols because then it reduces the amount of mistakes. Like for example, you have a reaction set reaction that your guy rotates from the side where he has duo partner, and he rotates like for example to the other side of the map, and the second guy will know it because we have the protection. I mean the protocols which we ran like for 6 months, and he's gonna know that he's solo there. And what was happening at Iceland was like sometimes we rotated over the guy based on our IGL call, and the side guy who was left alone didn't pay attention to him because there is so much stress going on, mainly in finals, that sometimes you just like you hear it, but you don't basically like process it in your brain, the information, that sometimes you just got shot to the like to head from the side, like such a free kill, and it's like one round down. And if this happens, like we've lost, we had deficit like 6 rounds on across like all maps, 7, I don't know exactly. And I'd say that they did a lot of mistakes as well. We just were the team which made more of them.
You know what, Magnum? This sounds like some kind of page from the Matrix that you've just told me. That like Anderzz just brought a whole new dimension to Valorant, and you guys will have champions to show that work that gone into the team over the last months. Wow, that's definitely exciting. Definitely exciting for the viewers, for sure. Okay, well, that was refreshing. All right, Magnum. So moving on. You are the Sentinel main for FNATIC. We all know that. You love the ciphers, the sages, the killjoys. My question is, what's your highest priority in each round? I know that that depends whether you're playing defense, you're playing attack, whether you're on a full buy or an eco. But let's say that you're on a full buy and you're on either attack or defense. What's your goal for you specifically in a round, apart from obviously winning the round?
So my goal, I'd say like on defense, it's really like making sure there is no gaps on map. That if there is a gap, I'm making sure that I'm helping Bosra out, and just making sure that every player knows about the gap on map and potential lure. I'd say that basically since I'm Sentinel, I'm side anchor, and I have always the duo partner, so I have to be capable of like controlling. So I just want to make sure that my job is done on defense side, and on attack side, it's like it's not even like being lurker. It's again being sure that there is no one behind you, that there is no gap, making sure that since I'm playing most likely like Killjoy with Cypher, that I'm using my utility properly if it's cages, nanos, and if I'm lurking at proper times. So I'd say like that's my main focus, and when we lose, to not be negative and just like I'll be capable of like denying the lurks, and if I'll be capable of hyping each other like up, and so there is not bad mood, I think I've did my job.
All right. Well, so basically you're in charge of actually patching the holes and making sure that everything is in order. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, pretty much.
Okay, okay. Quite an important role, because um, obviously we Nats has taken that, has showed the world that Sentinel players can be extremely important. But Nats is also this kind of sometimes can be flashy lurker, but now the jet players usually take the foreground. They're like, oh my god, the amazing plays, right? But now that you say that, it's actually there's a lot going on behind the scenes, right? To
Yeah.
actually make sure that everything is in order, right?
So I mean, when we are talking about Nats, I'd say like he's such like so different towards me. Like I'm not saying it's bad, but I'd say he's more relying on his aim consistency than me. It might be a good thing. In my eyes, it's not that such a good thing. Like he has really good setups, but sometimes like if he doesn't frag out with that setup, like there was a really like famous setup on Ascent. It's been like 6 months already. He was just playing Ascent on A with 2 cages, and he was capable of holding the side down. If he died, they lost the round because it was 4v5 retake, and they pretty much lost the round. So I'd say he's really like confident in his aim, which I'm more like player, which is I'm just more confident in the stuff which you can affect. But you cannot affect that, like maybe the guy in front of you is gonna be faster and kill you. I'm like more based like on the more consistent things, which is like good setups and just basically the outside the mechanical side.
All right. Well, Magnum, so to sum up everything that you've said so far, a different fanatic with you really being, that wall that holds everything together at Champions, right? That's what we're going to see.
I hope so. Of course, there is gonna be big part of stress.
Yeah,
So there is gonna be mistake made.
for sure.
I know it at this point, and we're gonna be having we're gonna be face palming when we're gonna be watering. But I'd say everybody makes mistake, and it's just about reducing them.
For sure, for sure. I'm sure you guys will do great. Right. You know what, Magnum? Let's talk chamber for a second. You're the Sentinel guy. It's the right question to ask. So obviously Chamber has joined the fight now. He's the fourth Sentinel in VALORANT. As a Sentinel player yourself, do you think that Chamber is an appealing agent to you or not really? Or are you more like... Because, for example, Derka said that he's trash. He doesn't like him at all. But on the other hand, Derka is a Jet player, right? So you, as a Sentinel, what do you actually think of Chamber? And do you see the potential in Chamber in the future?
So for me, like, I'll start that in Valorant, I'm missing a bit of more roles because, like, I don't see Sage as a Sentinel compared to the Cypher and Killjoy. As I see more Chamber as a Sentinel, but it connects with something with what I've said with Nuts. I'd say it's similar to Reyna. Reyna, if doesn't hit his shots, he becomes useless. Basically, his half of kit is basically the flashes. Basically, the flashes everybody thought it's real bad, but so for example, I have to give out a shout out to SSK from Navi, which proved most of the teams that they are not bad because like he showed us that his like the flashes can be annoying as well. But outside of that, if you don't hit your shots, you are done. And I'd say it's Chamber is pretty similar to it, and it's like your like for example your ultimate compared to the Killjoy one is based on how if you're gonna hit the shots, and is that ultimate actually good on attack side, for example, because it makes you static and it makes like the agent has to fit like some players like the playstyle, and another the TP is the TP good enough on attack. On a in my eyes, what I can see only like a really good thing is the sheriff, which is something which is not that big important because you basically have like limited bullets. If you buy cavalry, you have four bullets and armor. It can be good, but it's again relies on your aim. But only piece of utility which I really respect is the alarm bot. You have two of them, and you can be working across the map. You have no range, which stuff which I like because I'm playing a lot of Killjoy and it's sometimes a bit annoying. But I'd say there is two players which I could see playing them, maybe one, and it's Yampi from Liquid because he's OP. The TP gives something similar to Dash, but you still have utility to control the map, so it's the only guy which I can see him. And my answer is like, he can be good, but most of the times he's gonna be really bad.
Okay, really good, but most of the time really bad. That's the quote, basically.
Yeah.
That's the quote. All right. Okay, moving on to champions. So you'll be going up against Cloud9, Full Sense, and Vision Strikers, right? Your opening match will be against Cloud9. That's going to be, the NA EU match. Everyone's going to be waiting for that. How do you feel going into the match, and what are some of the things that you guys will have to watch out for?
So basically, I have to admit that I didn't see them playing much because I didn't really. If I watch bot, most of the time it's mine or some EMEA because like we are basically based in EMEA, and I think EMEA is the strongest region, so for me it just makes more sense to watch EMEA. But I'd say what I know, I'd say that we've put such a lot of work into our gameplay, and I would say that we're gonna be capable of actually like not running over them. What I say, we could 2-0 them. It could be 2-1, it could be close, but I think we're gonna take the win. And I think what we have to watch out is that they have Vanity, which is like really good IGL, and he's gonna be capable of reading our stuff. He's gonna be capable of reading the mistake which we are doing. And again, we are here again. did you prepare enough with the protocols and stuff that you're gonna be able to cover up everything like that? And I'd say that player based, I think we are better individuals than them. I'm not saying they are bad or anything, but I just say that we're gonna be better team than. Yeah, that's it.
Confidence for sure. Yeah. All right. Well, Magnum. So coming back to Reykjavik, you know, as you said before, you were talking about Sentinels. This time, Sentinels are going to be present at Champions, but obviously not in your group. Though, given that, you know, most likely, that's my guess, both of you and Sentinels are going to make it out of your respective groups, there's a chance that you're going to meet them in the playoffs. Now, tell me, Magnum, how eager are you to actually get revenge on Sentinels at Champions?
So this it's kind of frequent to ask. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really like. Of course, it would be lovely to get a revenge, and I think it's only a rival which we have see as a rival there, and it's just because of our past. But being said, I think like if we're gonna meet them, we're gonna treat it as another team. I think the respect towards them, we still respect them, but as I said, I think we've lost based on being together like such a short time, and I think we should have won that match. So I'd say that if we're gonna meet them, we're just gonna destroy them.
Destroy them. That's great. That's great. As an EU supporter, I fully support that statement, and I hold you accountable if you don't destroy them. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. Magnum, final question from me. Who's lifting the Champions Trophy, and why is Dirk taking the MVP?
Who is lifting the Champions Trophy?
And why is Dirk taking the MVP?
So I'd say like, if it's gonna be finals, I think it's gonna be us against Liquid if we don't meet each other, and I'd say it's gonna be pretty close match. But since we are working so hard, it's gonna be us. Let's hope it's true that you work hard, you're gonna get paid. I mean, paid for that work. So I'd say like we are capable of winning that. If we're gonna win that, it's Boaster lifting it as a first from us, because his effort has been insane. We all worked hard, but he just deserves it the most. And why is Derke gonna be MVP? He's just crazy, bro. Like, he makes Finland and Russian, and that combination is just crazy. Like, I'd say like his playstyle and his consistent, like, it's combination of being smart and being really good. If he's gonna be having bad game, 2-10, I mean, there is gonna be games that he might be not on top of the scoreboard, but he's gonna be still MVP. It's just like, he's just really, in my eyes, he's one of the best, if not the best, like duelist in the world. And it's just like, as I said, combination of being smart, not being egoistic, being humble, and being really good aimer. So yeah.
So you agree with the statement that Dirk is taking the MVP of Champions?
Yes, I
you
totally agree. Like, if there is a players, like, I'd say it's gonna be fight with Derke and some IGL, not duelist.
Okay. Well, Dirk, if you're watching this YouTube video, then you asked me to ask Magnum this question, and there you have it. He actually agrees, so you're welcome.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right, Magnum, it's been phenomenal to talk to you. Your takes on Anderzz, on Chamber, have been really insightful and really great. So from the bottom of my heart, I really wish you guys all the best at Champions, at Berlin, and I really hope that you guys lift the MVP, the trophy, and Dirk lifts his MVP award. So all the best of luck from Run It Back.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Magnum. Take care. Keep grinding, man.
Thank you.
Bye.
See ya.